And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your round 3 of European action. My name is John Boy Maava today, and joining me today is Snicker Barbara. Snicker, welcome. How are we doing?
Oh, mate, I love being at Stadium Gilbert Brutus, our home stadium in France. And a lovely crowd has turned out, and I think that should be a good game today. Run me through this Mediterranean lineup.
No, I'm looking forward, but obviously Mediterranean, after splitting from the European brothers, have quite a strong lineup. Their team is largely unchanged from the side that beat Australia. Liam Ryan at the one, then Logan Seymour, Dom Young, Sam Herbert and Rashford make up your outside backs. TBK and John Baker's obviously 6 and 7, and then your pack, Pache, Rossini, Downey, Slugger, Weirman and Murray will round out your starters. Strong team. Weirman at 12 is quite interesting. He's normally a centre for the Sharks, but he was a gun last week. So, anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Regardless, we'll move into a very exciting game. EU looking to build some momentum after getting a hiding from Australia, to put it nicely, last week. Snecko, you played in that. How are you feeling?
Oh, better than I was last week. I'll just go through this game quickly. Marcus Spear at the back, Caleb J, Jackson Chapman on the wings. Couldn't tell you who we have in the centres. Fearless leader, number 6, Anthony Delaney in the 7. And then the forward pack there, just got wall-to-wall guns. Into 8, Lennox Prakash, dog. Maverick Keller, dog. Sticko Balbroa just missed the tackle, but let me tell you, dog. Yigo Maikazi on that left-hand side. Back-to-back Sim VP, second rowers of the season. Absolute dog. In the 12 Logan guys, don't need to say much about him. We know what he is. Dog. And Kieran Wilson in the 13. I reckon we're going to turn up today.
No, it should be a good game. A lot of dogs, more dogs in a pound. As Weirman settles there on the foot, just over the 40 for Mediterranean. A strong first set off the kickoff. They'll hand it over to the Bakers, who take the kick, narrowly misses forward runners. I've been told to watch my language today after my show against Scotland, so I will not be describing the proportional body size of whoever was in front of the kicker there. With EU there first in the game, Prakash takes a head up. The new Dolphin splits the middle, throws a speculative ball, but Snicker Balboa reels it in. Don't know how he's doing double time there, but Snicker defies odds and perceptions. With Marcus square up the middle now. Marcus, obviously, as well, a newly signed Dolphin. After you'd say, pretty successful stint at fullback for the Wires. Snicker, what do you the new Dolphin? What do you see in him?
Oh, I like his haircut. I like his character. And I like the way he performs on the field. And just speaking of Dolphins, a few on this team. A few former Dolphins, a few past Dolphins on both teams. Maybe even a few future Dolphins. We'll have to see how things line up. There's Jerome Daly, one of the centres that I couldn't name earlier, puts a nice kick downfield.
No, and tampering, obviously, has temporarily paused at the moment. Speaking of tampering, actually, with a few names that haven't been quite signed yet. Lightning McQueen, Nathan Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, as Logan Guys picks off a pass from the Mediterranean team. Speculative pass once again, and this time they're made to pay. Oh my god. Delaney, you are a bum. That's a terrible knock-on.
Delaney playing basketball right there.
That is shocking. Jesus Christ. Liam Ryan steps and Mediterranean let off the hook for a loose pass. Snicker, your appraisal of that knock-on, good, bad?
Oh, it looked good. Hard to do. Not great for the team.
Yeah, not one. Delaney will want back the Stormman, fresh off a premiership win. Wait, Stormman? No, Sharks man, not fresh off a premiership win.
Oh, come on.
No, it's knock on. TBK was let off the hook there with I assume what the ref has seen as a falcon. Riley Murray, ball to Downey, Matt Downey of Rapitos fame. Takes the settler now. Just outside of 30, put it up for a bomb. Nope, TBK having Justice. One of those games. Bull don't lie. Bull does not lie.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referee was looking at. Maybe distracted by some beautiful French women in the crowd. I'm not 100% sure. But they do turn up for the EU over and over.
As Yiga Maikazi, the star Dolphins 11, one of their better performers against Australia last week in their resounding loss. Snicker, talk me through it. Where are the meter eaters for the EU side today?
Well, there's one with the ball right now, but I think that it's going to be our back three. Jackson Chapman has been elite this season. Marcus Square trying to show us what he can do in the fullback jersey, and Caleb J. A bit of the unknown on that right wing, but I think If we can just force the Mediterranean into punt kicks, those three should get to work.
No, 100%. Speaking of punts, it goes down the throat of Logan Seymour, Manly Seal, but now Logan Seymour breaks a tackle. He's got space to burn, but he was brought down just over the 40 now. Numbers on the left, if Mid decide to use it, they do decide to use it. Fling it wide to Riley Murray, the makeshift winger. Riley don't go out. He stays in. The Tigers captain, leading EU at the moment. Forward. Pache, settler as well. Rossini settles in out. And there are a lot of Dolphins on this side. Jesus. Options left for Mediterranean. Pache, another head up, and Rossini 3 metres gained off that. They'll be looking to put boot to ball. TBK with a bomb that's going to be... tap back, Liam Ryan, step. No such step. Brought down, and it'll be a handover there. Snicker, your appraisal of that set?
Great start by former Dolphin Logan Seymour to get him off, but they didn't really throw much after that. I'd just like to commend Eagle Mike Cuzzy, a great tackle, and Liam Ryan there off the back.
Fantastic. Prakash breaks a tackle. And again, speaking of Dolphins making an impact, Prakash throws the ball. Snicker Balboa makes a break. I don't think he quite has the legs here, the tiny man, but he gets just to the 40.
There. Watch out, SRL.
As Zenix, I assume, will be filling in that 55-minute role, and a 65-minute role at lock, but it remains to be seen.
Don't hold your breath.
As a still flat ball to Snecko, but he carts it up now, 20 to 20 with one tackle to spare, 2 tackles to go, my apologies. He sends it wide, Cash settles it in the middle, left or right, Snecko, which way you reckon?
Right, here we see Fearless Leader swinging around.
Hell, puts it up. He's been quiet so far today. But Logan Seymour fearlessly diffuses it, and the wingers had a good game so far. Just short of the 4-metre line there. Dom Young decides to go have a scoot from dummy.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
The fearless Manly centre. You can say many things about Dom, but you can't say he's not outspoken off the field. I look forward to his interview after this. There's Liam Ryan now off to Slugger, the Bulldogs man. Playing at 11 for Mediterranean, I quite like that, like the pace he offers. Obviously a very good winger as Ollie Pache, again the captain. And Rossini brought down there. Still a disappointing set all up, even though they have made it to the 50. TBK to take the kick here. Oh, Jesus. How does he get the ball back? TBK makes a break, but that will be that. Not the greatest from TBK so far, eh, Snicker?
Yeah, but I will say it seems like the ball's bouncing in the favour of Mediterranean. 2 potential knock-ons are yet to call.
Yeah, no, I would tend to agree there. TBK very lucky to get away with that. It's Prakash again, strong showing from the man so far. And Hallier throws the ball out to Jackson Chapman. Just over the 50-metre line now. Hallier takes the ball, takes a head up too. You don't really want him to be taking too many of those, Daniel. Yeah, all right. Chapman inside ball to Kieran Wells, the Dolphins VC. It really is a Dolphins affair. Teammates getting to know each other today before their campaign resumes sometime later.
Yeah, a lot of Dolphins tend to flock to these European sides. If they sort of look at that Asian territory, Japan, for example, I'm not very welcome there.
Why aren't you welcome in Japan, Snicker?
Why? They eat dolphins. Didn't you know that?
Roseford tries to take a hit, but he's easily handled by the centre there. Bakers now. Jeff takes you just over 21. This Mediterranean team obviously having the upside. Liam Ryan steps on that. He'll have space. Square should have on the angle here, unless Liam Ryan's going to keep going. Square's going to have Turner make a tackle. He does make a tackle. But there's 3 more tackles left in the set now, and Mediterranean are looking dangerous. TBK throws the ball to Downey. Downey obviously getting a lot of touches on the ball so far, the young prop. Rossini, ball over to Bakers, who have a chance to push over. Bakers will go. Bakers will be held up though. Good take that if you're EU. Nico, some good defence so far, even with 1 tackle left.
Yeah, I like it when they don't score.
You must have hated last week then. Bomb up, easily diffused, but Marcus Square will be forced back for a reset. After 17 or so minutes, Nico, what are your thoughts on the game so far from you?
I think we're defending well, but there's been a lot of pressure so far. Mediterranean haven't really made many errors, so they're slowly inching their way up the field. We're just going to need to see a big hit or something here to try and turn that ball over.
No, 100% as Ali Pache, again, the fearless captain cuts it up. And Angie Slaker slices through them now. He'll get it to just short of the 10-metre line. Now he'll get over the 10-metre line. Options here and lots of tackles to play with for EU, for Mediterranean, pardon me.
Same team, aren't they?
Well, if you ask me a couple of weeks ago, potentially. Angie Slugger on the fourth now. TBK throws the flat ball to Downey. Downey will push. Downey's held up though. Where they're going to go, left, right. Oh, right behind him, TBK puts a goer in. Oli Pache swoops, he scores. And just like that, Mediterranean have your first points of the game. Snicko, your appraisal?
Yeah, weight of possession just telling there. It's been a while since we've had the ball in good territory, and yeah, Mediterranean capitalised there.
Yeah, really, really easy. The TBK finally getting his radar in order after a shaky start from the half. Really, really good grubber there, and Pache's been capitalised every day of the week. The Manly Sea Eagles Platinum, obviously coming off a somewhat disappointing season with Manly, where they came up just short of a premiership title. Unfortunate given the fact they had 3 platinums, but, I digress. Very fair trades were made. Anyway, TPK to take the conversion here, and it should be fairly easy for the Storm standoff, and he slots it down the middle 6-0.
Yeah, entering a real danger period here for EU. This is where last week, that 20 to 40 period where Elsie started to crack us a couple of times. So I'll have to see what we learned during the week, and hopefully we can stay firm and bend but don't break, as Commissioner Sonny Tyre likes to say.
It would be a really interesting 20-minute period here as you have Leondis and Hopsgood matching up against Jake Scott and Shack Attack. Jake Scott in his final season in the SRL, and these will be his last few games for EU before he heads off to join the big upstate. Pache off the kickoff. Riley Murray now, the Tigers captain. Tags it up to the 28. John Baker's now. And there was some discourse earlier in the week about what the best halves combination for Mediterranean would look like. Snicker, I know you weren't too much of a fan of Sam Herbert being selected.
Well, he's playing in the 4 at the moment, so not even in the halves. Make of that what you will.
As we now get to our 5th tackle option now, they'll send it off to Riley Murray to do the kicks here, and he'll hand it off to Jackson Chapman. Chapman on the run here. He will not break through, but it looked like a dangerous run there. So Eagle Mike Huzzy looks like he's filming for a run. He'll run the dummy line. Oh, and that's a terrible mistake there. Don't know who's knocked that on.
I think it was Jake Scott fresh on the field, just got to be excited. Used his head there, and unfortunately, maybe that's his next 3 move for the Socceroos, the simulated Socceroos, but it doesn't help the brethren right now.
Yeah, they are inviting pressure, aren't they, the brethren? As in Mediterranean look ominous now. You've got blindside play working. They'll throw it wide. But Logan Seymour is contained, the man with fullback aspirations. Logan may not find that this year at Manly, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Riley Murray now on the last. TBK is not looming. Oh, TBK's in the waist. What he is? No, he isn't. And Lev Keller, in a miraculous turn of events, will be turned back. The pressure is mounting. Hey, Snicker?
Yeah, do we get to touch the ball?
I don't know. It's been a brutal last 10 minutes for you, an EU supporter. Non-stop pressure from Mediterranean. Logan Seymour takes it. Sorry, confusing with the pink headgears. Leondis, a Season 3 veteran, with that first tackle, and Mediterranean will launch yet another attacking raid. Fakers now to Liam Ryan. Liam Ryan steps just shy of the 20. With tackles at hand, Mediterranean are roaming. Sam Herbert, the aforementioned Sam Herbert, makes a run. I do question the efficacy of promoting Sam Herbert when O'Shea Ole, a grand final, and Logan Strange, halfback of the year, ball, Dom Young, he scores again. He's having a whirl of a tournament. And as I criticise Mediterranean, they score. What a flat ball, Dom Young. I think just the ascent for Dom from where he was in the mines has been incredible, and Mediterranean strikes again.
Yeah, I think that's 2 tries scored by the Mediterranean, and EU haven't even touched the ball. So great work from them to control possession, and yeah, real danger period right now.
Yeah, look, we talked about that earlier, right? They need to navigate this 20 to 40 minute period, otherwise they risk being blown out like they were against Australia as TPK makes it 12-0. Not great signs, I think. Just settling it down with the ball would be... I think just holding the ball is objective number 1 for Mediterranean.
Yeah, every comeback starts with a deficit, though.
As Kieran Wells comes, it's a familiar sight for EU fans with Kieran Wells kicking off yet again.
Are you suggesting we should change kickers? Would that help solve our problem?
Potentially, as Leondis breaks a tackle. Maybe middles as well, but EU are in a hard place at the moment naturally after having their talent pool raided just before. Oh no, North Carolina has a pick.
Oh,
so close. They've got time here. Delaney pushed back. No need for anything stupid here. Just hit the Pistons, and that's what they'll do. Ball to Shaq attack. Some redemption potentially for Shaq. Nope, put on his back.
just feed the ego like my second row. Feed him.
No, 100%. Like you have tackles to burn here. Daniel Hallier, ball. Marcus Squill can't break through. And Igor Markazi's getting position here. I'm gonna fling it. No, there must be like a PSA against calling knock-ons today, because that is egregious again. But we'll go ball. Was that the cap, or was that just drop it cold? Someone check his TAB account. That's terrible from Daniel.
I believe it was a grubber. It just wasn't quite executed in there. Yeah, that's probably our best attacking chance of the game. So disappointing that we didn't go to the big guns in that set.
Oh, yeah, the ball's picked off nearly again. Leondis now over the 22. Mediterranean navigating their first proper defensive set of this game, as Nico said. Slugger, just over the 32, having a strong showing so far. Now, but that's what we're talking about from EU, is capitalising on opportunities. So you can't be letting field position like that go, as that's someone calls a knock on. Jesus.
Also, big Nav in the clear. How did you get ankle taps?
I'm surprised he didn't.
Yeah, who the fuck chased him through? Sorry, who chased him down?
Alright, look, I'm letting the guns loose now. It's gone. I'd say we apologise for our fruitful language, but that'd be a lie, as the laws of physics are denied. Where is Delaney going? He's not had a great first half as the EU standoff. Kieran Wells now, the lock. Obviously, I think the story of the off-season as well is Daniel Hallier taking his first captaincy role at EU. Probably not the start young Daniel would have wanted, but he does have a very young team, and he played, Australia, so it's to be expected as he puts up a bob now.
Yeah,
and there is no one in Hui of that. And Mediterranean will get 7 tackles off that set.
Yeah, I got to say, we just looked like we lacked direction a little bit there, unfortunately. The boys just couldn't link and put one over the line.
No, 100% there. As Leondis now up just shy of the 40. Him and Hopsgood will have an interesting matchup with Jake and Shaq Attack. How does Shaq Attack, a known contributor at the Dolphins? As Wehrman inside ball, Liam Ryan steps a man, just the fullback, but Marcus Square will make the tackle. 2 to go in the set. Rossini goes left. Oh, Slugger doesn't quite hit the hole, but he does get over the 20. To TBK inside ball, but Riley Murray can't break the tackle. Danger signs here again. You might have to watch out for a grubber here, Snicko.
Yeah, flashing red danger signs at the moment.
No, never mind. The danger signs are orange at best. Oh, man. Yeah, but awesome.
Get that into your Sam Herban.
That's a king head if I've ever seen one. Sam Herban, welcome back to the SRL, mate. Oh, my God.
I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, unfortunate is the word I'd use there. Mika Rashford. Oh, close. Snicko's chewing on his fingernails. No, he's got the gun out there. Rossini scores, and it's belt to ass. That's all I can really say about that. It's just straight up to ass.
Yeah, we're taking after Samoa. Just error on error on error, unfortunately. Charlie Rossini, future Finn, though. That's why we recruited him. Knows how to score a try.
Yeah, the former Tigers bench prop, I think, but no, a handy pickup for the Finns.
Starting hooker, and then they flicked it. Oh no, Mav Keller starting hooker. Rossini off the bench, I believe.
True. I stand corrected as TBK sets up for the conversion.
At EU, what do you think?
Well, if we know anything about the geopolitics of the Europeans, then a coup, I think, is a revolution. I think is the term they prefer here in France, Snicker. But
I think that Igor is just used to appointing dictators. Is where he's from.
I will say it's been a shame not to see Igor's weekly scheduled message to the opposing 12. I assume that he's retired his writing talents for the off season.
Wrestling Bears, I believe.
Oh man, I want to make a joke so badly, but I promised Sonny I wouldn't swear. As EU kicks off once again.
I mean, real life bears, animals.
Oh Jesus, Hopscourt just shy of the 18-meter line. Bobby Weirman now. He'll be re-upping for the Sharks, and that's a massive, massive coup for AMAC as he looks to make contenders out of his boys. Liam Ryan inside ball, but can't get the sidestep there. He's been killing them up the middle, Liam Ryan. That inside ball's been killer all day. If I was EU, I'd get someone small like Nicholas and just jam him in the middle there.
Get me back on the field.
But you won't be hitting that for another 4 minutes at least. John Baker's with a kick now. Oh, no. Marcus Perfect speed of running out. Marcus stays in, and I think that's the most important thing for you right now, is that he just kept the ball. Daniel now runs the dummy line. And Jackson Chapman. A insane performance from Jackson Chapman for the Dolphins this season. Really, really good stuff from the winger, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Michael Jackson Chapman was part of that lethal right edge. Interesting that Fearless Leaders put him on the left, but all hail.
As Daniel Haley now plays from dummy. Oh, JZ, you get your signals crossed, but Kieran Wells will settle it. You're looking at a punt here, I think. As you... Oh, we'll go right here. Down throw Logan Seymour, probably some technical difficulties there as Logan carts it up there. And Snicko, despite conceding 18 points, a rather settled last 5 minutes from EU.
Oh yeah, you could call it that, as back attack misses a tackle on Liam Ryan. I think that Mediterranean sort of put the gun in the holster, so to speak, and they've just sort of working it through to half time. I will say 18-0, easy comeback. If he gets to 24, things start to look dicey. Yeah,
thank God they haven't scored 24 points yet, although I wouldn't hold my breath as Dom Young takes a head up. He's sent back, however. After that try, I'd be fearful for any media personality in the vicinity of this match. TBK floats to the sideline, but he won't go all the way out, will he? No, he will not. Hoping to do the kicking duties then. No, it's Rossini instead. Down the throw to Marcus Square. Marcus now up the middle, but meets fierce resistance. And he'll finish just on the 17-meter line. Keller to Guys, Logan Guys. He's been quiet this game. Options right here, and he'll step man. There'll be Zachary Brown, the Tigers centre, just on the halfway line. As Delaney now, 2 tackles to go now in the set. You could mount an attacking kick if they get a line break, which they won't, and instead they'll punt. And who's in the pocket for them now? Anthony Delaney again. Oh, that's a shocking kick. He's not had a good first half, Delaney. But Logan Seymour will not get another break. And you'd think, with 30 seconds to go, that all about do Mediterranean. However, we'll have Liam Ryan make a sidestep. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. I'm so sorry, Snicko. Marcus Square and Ryan. Ryan on Marcus Square. He gets the 30. 20 in sight. He'll be brought down. No, he won't. Thugs the ball. And Bobby Windman will be brought down on the 40-minute line. And that'll do us for our first half. Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our second half. Bonjour. If you missed the first, there isn't much to say other than EU has gone beaten from pillar to post. After looking at the halftime stats and crunching the numbers, the statisticians have got back to me, and the operative French word for the day is merde, which, if you're unfamiliar with the language, means the EU's been run all over. Liam Ryan's run for 222 metres in one half of run footy. The EU's highest run leader is their hooker, who's run for 85 metres, and if we don't count fake metres, then their leader is Lex Prakash, who has 5 runs for 84. On the flip side, for Mediterranean, TBK, Riley Murray and Rossini are the other leaders, with Rossini with 120, 103 for Riley Murray, and 89 for TBK. And TBK hasn't even had that good of a game. It's been pretty slow. Oh my God, Delaney.
In French, they assassinate the leaders, correct? Anthony Delaney, your days are numbered.
Is that? Oh, yeah. Just that about sums up the first half of footy for EU.
If we were to sort of flick the stats, because I actually don't believe them, and just go based on vibes. We mentioned earlier so many dogs in the EU team, it's like a pound, and Mediterranean got on board and absolutely took us a pound game in that first half, and hopefully we can get out of there as this game goes on.
Yeah, it's kind of looking not positive at all, as Oli Pache Oli Pache feels the wrath of several Pokemon. Slugger sent back now. The third Mediterranean quaking in their boots. Off to the right. Apologies, there's current frame drops in the comms box, and we are back with TPK over the 10-metre line now. He's taken himself outside of the play though, but Slugger will try crash over. He's not strong enough. He's put on his back. He's dog walked. Mediterranean now on the last. What they're going to do on the ground over the top. Lennox, the big boy, pump those legs, brother. Pump those legs. He doesn't run fast enough, but he does get them out of trouble there, and he draws the penalty. Snicko, is that the waves? Is that momentum? Do I hear it turning?
The wave is building. I'm ready to go for a surf.
I won't ask you what noise a dolphin makes, a la Dawson's, but
danger.
But we talk about those danger signs, and they are worrying now for Mediterranean. Funnily enough, after getting gifted field position again by a dubiously selected Delaney kick. Kieran Wells, though.
If we just keep the ball out of Delaney's hands for this entire attacking set, we might have a chance.
Oh, I'd be nervous as Daniel Hillier puts it off to Igor Maikazi, known poet, man of culture, scholar, and a gentleman, Igor. To Delaney, who decides not to do something stupid. Well done. Proud of you. Now, ball's off to Kieran Wells. Kieran throws it off to Daniel. Daniel, again, decides to take initiative now, and we like this from Daniel. This is where he's at his strongest, is when he's taking control of the game. The captain... What is going on? Oh, my God. Downey's got daylight in front of him. Unfortunately, he's got 3 EU brethren right behind him now. He's brought down on the 35, but again, he gets him out of trouble. Riley Murray, the lock, just short of the halfway line, and Mediterranean have tackles to play with. Slugger now. Slugger tries to cut through, won't get there. TBK gets wrapped up well easily. I think he looks... Oh, Tierney playing out of dummy, I see. As Logan Seymour takes it. Seymour keeps pushing. We get to 25 post-contact meters have been immense for Mediterranean in this game. John Young passes, you don't see that very often. Long ball now. Oli Pache.
Notably running away from Snicko Balbroa. Look at him on the other side of the field.
We might have to give Snicko a rabies test. He's foaming at the mouth now. As we down to
smashed by Snicko Balbroa.
He's making a list. He's checking it twice, and Snicko Balbroa will find out if you're naughty or nice. Good. They put it up though, and Marcus Square in a side that we've seen all game.
Mediterranean, absolutely outrageous.
Well, Kieran Wells has had lots of practice drop kicking at the very least. As Mediterranean will have another go at the line now. Ball goes up, and barring any hijinks off the kickoff, Liam Ryan will pass it off to Ali Pache. Pache, he has been everywhere this game, the skipper. And Mediterranean have the entire right to open, but they chose not to go there naturally. Logan Seymour can't step his opposing centre, then he'll get brought down just over the 30. Angie Slugger finds a space, there's too much room there. Angie Slugger scores? That's Snicko Balbroa who's dusted in the middle?
I think I'm a bit tired. I've had 2 big shots.
You see the replay confirms that Angie Slugger with his first try for EU this season, if I'm not mistaken, and EU didn't do much scoring last week. A bit like Bailey Munro when he's out to town. As TPK sets up now in front of the posts.
Are you allowed to go out to town when you're 14?
Well, no, if you're a therapist, Snicko, and also work at KFC and solve world hunger. But I digress. TPK makes it 24-0.
Yeah, it hurts. Angie Slugger, EU representative multiple occasions. That one twisted dagger, much like Dom Thompson last week. It's tough world out there.
It says Snicko's heart is torn into several pieces as he's taken apart by his former brothers. Kieran Wells Kieran Wells comes to take the kick now. And he'll put it to the corner. Down throw TPK, and now pass to Pache will take another head up. He's been everywhere today, Ollie. Be a well-deserved rest for him in about 11 minutes. As Downey's driven back there in the tackle, a good two-man tackle from the brethren who decide now is the time to muscle up after going down by 24 points. I've always said that the time you need to lock in is when you're down by 24 points. And once more, a fumble was forced by Snicko.
No, that was Lennox.
Was it?
Athletics. That's why I was you to hype him.
As Lennox forces the issue now. Daniel searching ball to Kieran Wells. Kieran will drive, but he won't quite get there. Numbers are right here, though, if they want to use them. Of course they don't. Igor drives. Eagle's put on his back. Which way does he go next, Snicko?
Got to go right. Send it to their big number 10.
And that's what they'll do. They'll go right here. Ball again, and Marcus Swear, you'd hope he finds a step there, but doesn't quite get it. Fifth tackle now. I think you'd look for a grubber, hopefully, if you're EU, or you just get tackled with the ball. Delaney, part of the Al-Qaeda wing of football terrorism there, young Anthony. That's, yeah, the way I said about his option taking today, the better. Nice, Deco.
Anthony Delaney's his decision making over and over, and it's costing us.
Well, they're driven back now, just behind the 20. EU muscling up again. No one scores more than 24 points on these guys.
Like twice in a row anyway.
Lucky driven back there. The Titans halfback. As Rashford makes a break now, but he'll be driven back by Marcus Square. Square's gotten the chance to warm up his shoulders several times today. As Liam Ryan spots a gap, but he won't get there. Marcus Square hops on his bike. As Liam Ryan's marathon attempt is cut short. The TBK gets a ball. That's not a good kick. And Caleb Jade comes down with it. I would not pass the ball there to Delaney. I would not give Delaney the ball. Good call. Prakash.
I have a question, Tom Boy.
I have an answer.
The last few games I've watched of Trayvon Sakahu, is he actually good?
Well, see, he was dog. Sorry, he was right in the final.
The Grandy, he made 3 tackles and missed 11 or something.
See, I'm not a mathematician. I dropped math in year 11, but I think that's not good. Thoughts?
Correct.
A questionable kick from TBK to say the least, but EU only make 18 metres off his gaff. All is forgiven though as Daniel Hallier kicks down the throat of Miko Rashford. Danger man here, danger starts ringing. Marcus Square makes a tackle. It's just about every time an outside back gets the ball, I get scared for EU. Their centres must be puffing right now. Flat ball, Downey. We'll get them just to the halfway line.
Yeah, you see a rush and he kind of actually start to get nervous when it's Miko doubly, so you can't get rid of him with 2 tablets, so big danger signs.
As the Mediterranean make a mistake, I'd say they've eased up a little bit as EU just stand up. Scrum? Oh, we don't see these very often. As EU have the chance to do something very funny off it, and they in fact do not do anything funny. I think they've saved the comedy for the last 55 minutes.
Time for the boys to lift.
As Igor Makazi now, just over the 41, the diminutive young man, Master Yoda in league form. Long ball out to Jackson Chapman. Chapman will be driven back though. Makazi looks like he's coming up for another run. I don't know if they'll give him to him. Daniel gives to Igor. He does, and he takes another head up. The angry little gremlin up to the 26 metre.
Right?
Yeah, it's not being as great a showing as Kieran Wells. Oh, Kieran Wells nearly splits them. He threatens.
Begs the question, do we question the man feeding in the ball, fearless leader on that left edge?
I know, but Daniel Hallier's got to put it up. That's a pinpoint kick. I really like that. Get up for it. Get up. Marcus Square.
Nico Balboa tap back, and Marcus Square, unfortunately, doesn't get there.
Has Nico Balboa ever been that high in his life?
Oh,
You must be suffering from vertigo there as Logan Seymour's driven back behind the 10-meter line. Riley Murray makes a tackle. Oh, Snicker. That's poor. But you have to give it to Snicker. It's been a tough old day to be in the middle for EU. Liam Ryan has made them his escort, if you will, the entire game. He's been very good, Liam Ryan, the Titans fullback, and he'll be.
What do you mean by that, John Boy?
I will not elaborate. I'm already in enough trouble for that Scotland game. But TBK now, the man we've been criticising, he'll get them just short of the 14, so it'll be it'll be whoever the hell the other half is doing the kicking. It's Dom Young taking a hit up, actually. I think I'll just stop talking about who's doing the kicking for any team. But that'll be a handover. Dom Young with not his smartest choice of the game.
Yeah, I think it's McLucky out there in the 7.
Oh, they subbed out. Okay, that makes sense. Prakash now. He's been an absolute warrior. I'd say their best on field today so far, Lennox. Exciting signs if you're a Dolphins fan, or just a man who likes Lennox. As Delaney makes a break, surprisingly. I suppose he's got a lot of energy after doing sweet fuck for the entire game.
Sorry. Smashed by Matt Brown. My saddest ever.
McGlucky now. It's a slugger. Oh man, I'm going to get... Our complaints box is going to be full tonight. As Tierney now throws it off. Inside ball's coming to Liam Ryan. He'll take it out on. Marcus Square cops it off. No. Hits it off like to Tierney again. Liam Ryan. He's been immense today for the Mediterranean side as Riley Murray now. Just before the 20. And would you say the Mediterranean team has looked dangerous so far? Or has the EU side just not been up to par, Snicker?
Switzerland's in the EU, right? Because our defence has been absolute Swiss cheese at the moment. And yeah, Mediterranean, they're a classy side. They've recruited well and they got some top tier prospects. And unfortunately, we just haven't been able to hang with them at the moment.
Some top tier prospects who may have benefited from being in the EU environment previously, but that's neither here nor there. As Kieran Wells throws a ball and he throws it straight to Riley Murray. I'm not a betting man, but I would say it looks like points are leaving here for Mediterranean now. Slugger is brought back to 20.
Yeah, point team exit.
Numbers right here, but I think they may go left. They will. TBK ball out to Bakers, who's driven back in the tackle. Bakers filling in that centre spot by the looks of it. TBK now. Inside ball smashed. Just absolutely
smashed by Maverick Keller.
As Slugger regathers his lollies. A Mediterranean will want to settle before they have their last tackle option. TBK takes a head up, so we McLucky for their last tackle set. No, it'll be Murray putting it up. As who's no way Rossini's brought down, and that'll be that for the Mediterranean set. Credit Stu.
Riley Murray's kicking game is way better than I expected it to be. His forced line dropout, that was another good kick.
He's been. The funny thing about Mediterranean is that I don't think anyone's had a real bad night on the boot other than TBK, which I'll make it that way. You will, Snicker.
Yeah, no comment.
As you got my Cuzzy spots a gap, and I thought he was through there. He'll have to settle with a 34-metre gain. Out of Marcus Square. Oh, there's no sidestepping. I think all the juice is out of his boots at the moment, Marcus.
Well, at least we know that he can tackle. We've learned that tonight.
As Daniel goes for a 40-20 attempt. Unfortunately, it's not close enough to the sideline, Daniel. I think he has to go out for a 40-20. Liam Ryan wrapped up, though, just over 20.
Yeah, no one goes past Eagle 3 times in one night.
Yeah, it'll be that Eagle once back for sure. There's Rossini now. Takes the ball up. Michael McGlucky, to Ryan. Oh, you would have wanted to leave him to run there, but it'll be Rashford instead. And EU are getting a dose of every outside back today for Mediterranean as Wehrman. They thought there was real estate. That's quickly closed. Tierney down. Oh, inside with Liam Ryan. Liam's got space. Square misses a tackle, and Liam Ryan will set them up in good field position. And I smell a bomb incoming. As
We're Europe,
TBK loses.
at least.
Oh, Jesus Christ. As Hugo Makasi picks up the dropped kick again from, I believe that's TBK. Oh no.
I'm going to at least.
If Keller drops some lollies. Oh, there's no advantage either. Sidestep, Herbin scores, and oh, this is Snicko's personal 9/11.
Whoa. Let's just show some respect there, good boy.
As Ewa misses another tackle, and yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, Sam Herbin just showing why he should have been selected in this team all along.
Yeah. Snicko has vouched for Herbin's selection non-stop for the last 2 weeks.
Been a fan since season 1.
I don't think Snicko rates Australia that highly anyway.
Yeah.
Why would you want the halfback of the year? As TBK now has a slightly harder conversion to make, which he whiffs terribly. Flags down, and Mediterranean will not add on to their commanding lead over EU.
Should we play keep or cut with this EU team?
Yeah,
Bear in mind we have about 3 other potential players that could be selected.
Sure, let's play our favorite
So
game.
you get to cut the 3 players.
Okay,
Actually,
3 players
no.
to cut.
Jake Scott's about to retire, so 2 players can be cut.
Oh, no. Right, we're going to start with Marcus Square, Snicker.
Oh, keep.
Alright, Jackson Chapman.
Keep, of course.
Daly, Brown, and Jay.
11 cuts.
Where does Delaney stand on your keep or cut?
7. I actually don't think we have another half eligible, but I was thinking what Brett Love has done in that number 12 is Liam Ryan.
Well, turns inside out. He's got his. Oh no, Marcus Square falls off another tackle. I think his day's just about done, Marcus. He's ready to go home.
I will say Delaney answered the SOS. We didn't have a halfback eligible. Yeah, we put out the call, I believe, and he fronted up, so you have to say thank you for that. I wish he did more than just pull on the jersey, though.
It's been a tough day at the office for Delaney. He's normally better than this. Right, TBK. It's not a good day for us.
Delaney's alright.
Also, given it's the European squad, do we do keep or guillotine?
I actually think, yeah, we might.
Alright. So Mav Keller, naturally, I'd assume you'd want to keep him.
Yeah, I love Big Mav.
Where does Jordan Marshall fit into the rotation right now as Marcus Square makes it back his first line back of the game?
I think he comes on at the I believe.
Do you keep him or do you guillotine him?
I think we've already guillotined too many, so in interest of populations and us having a World Cup squad, I will keep the remaining 6 players.
Do we smell a mines recruiting run? I like the Island Snicko, or do you not have any interest in losing by 20 points? 40
Are we
points.
the Cook Islands of the European nation?
Right now, evidence strongly suggests yes.
Would we even beat Cook Islands? I'm not sure.
Cody Mansour had a field day against Tonga earlier this week, so wouldn't write them off too.
Heavily Christian nation, Tonga, bowing down to the Pope.
Aloni getting his first win as captain. Congratulations, Docs. Now Slugger driven back, and this thing has well and truly been taken out of this game. One would argue it's been out of this game since about the 32nd minute. As Dom Young sidesteps nobody and is escorted close to the touchline, won't quite get there. But back to cut or keep or guillotine. Would you make any changes to this side, Snacko, in terms of maybe even not even cutting, but roster composition?
I legitimately think we cannot. I think we don't have any other options.
As Square now, sidesteps one, beats Liam Ryan, but he's brought down from behind Marcus. It's been a tough day at the office. I'm glad he's getting some purchase on the ground. As Igor Maikaze will not get a gap. It's been a tough day all day for Igor, but it's been a tough series for you just in general. As Mav Keller driven back now. And like you said, Snecko, for Daniel, there's not a hell of a lot in terms of options, even outside of this tournament, as they look to build to a World Cup.
Yeah, I think we have a couple of bronzes that we haven't selected. Maybe we bring some of them in just for a bit of fresh blood, but it could be a tough season 10 off season.
EU, obviously, the OG world champions, if you would, winning that Mines tournament all those seasons ago.
Nines? Did you say, or Mines?
Nines.
Nines, yeah, let's just get something straight. We once were world champions before we were tampered with by the commissioner.
There's a little right at those inside ball that PBK jumps on. Liam's been a mix today.
He's every night. They were great.
Liam Ryan having a phenomenal game today, the Titans fullback. I look forward to what he'll be doing with them as their vice captain, with Max Taupoki taking the reins next season from Liam Rogers. Ryan running for well over 300 metres, I think, when all is said and done. Bobby Wehrman now, head up. And it's familiar pattern now as he just works those, as Mediterranean just works those middles. Baker's now just shy of the 20-metre line. TBK off to Rossini, and Rossini will push it up. He won't get very far though, and TPA looks like he's in the pocket now to put a bomb up. Nope, he's going to drop the ball instead.
Has anyone had a worse performance in a 28-0 win?
I don't think so. It's been pretty shit from, bad from TPK here.
Follow pass would be the terminology that we might use. He's set by standards for himself. 5 out of the year, I believe, reigning premiership winner and Blues player. Unfortunately, in this game, hasn't been able to sort of put together the reps that he might aspire to.
No, that is the kindest way I think I could phrase what he's played like today. Him and Delaney will have to have a powwow, I think, later about not being buns. As Gala now, Marshall dishes to Haley. Haley throws a long ball, and Delaney again, good carry.
Good post contact hitters.
I guess those are positives to take. He's driven. He didn't drop the ball. Ratchford
I actually think he might be time to pull the trigger. Jake Scott Hooker. Maybe that's one of the moves that we could make.
And we tried putting Snicko at 17 and just making him play halves.
Yeah, I just like tackling people though.
As Part J is driven back now, and with a minute and a half left, you may think that the game is over, and it is. As Bakers receives a forward pass, and you will get one last opportunity to put some points on the board for their suffering fans, because this game has not been flashier than from Daniel Hellier's men.
John Boy, just think of the montage when I have my own voice. I can't do that if I'm in the halves.
Very true, very true. As we now get to Daly with what feels like his first touch of the game. Legitimately, I don't think I've called his name once today. As Eagle Maikaze steps up, he won't make it that far, just over the 30. Blindside option here. Long ball to Chapman, but he won't make it all that far. And with 2 seconds to go, that'll be it. For your viewing, Mediterranean get up over a battling EU side with Daniel Hellier's men going back to the chalkboard. After this one, it's a tough return to EU play. And Mediterranean have a well-deserved win. Snecko, your thoughts?
Well, I focused on this. We did complete 14 sets. Good. We made 201 tackles, so we made more than Mediterranean. And perhaps the biggest positive is I believe in many European countries, euthanasia is legal.
Well, we look at the line breaks, 37 to Mediterranean, that's borderline unheard of. 6 missed tackles to 7. 36% time in possession. 10 sets incomplete. That's about usual. The unusual part is that they only completed 14. 10 errors to 9. It's a tough day. Yeah, that's all I can say is that was buns. As we turn to the meters now.
Shack attack, 1 run for 5 meters.
Oh jeez, we identified the need for Jake Scott and Shack Attack to stand up. Unfortunately, they are both in a wheelchair. That was.
We spoke about the 20 to 40 period, and that was when Mediterranean really turned the screws with a couple of line dropouts, and we just had no ballers. Hellyer leads the meters. Prakash was great, 142 meters. Igor tried hard all game, but unfortunately only had the 1 line break. Enough really said. You look at the tackle count actually quickly, if we just flip backwards, like Wells 31, I think it was. 22 for a crash, Igor 19. A lot of the boys just put in a big stint. Logan Guy's 28. You can't question the heart of this team, unfortunately. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches.
Yeah. As we now swing to Mediterranean. Now at 376 metres from Liam Ryan as he goes on a quick evening canter against the Brethren. Rossini with 177, 175 for TPK, Murray with 162. I mean, with all these guys, with all these contributors over 100 metres, it's no surprise that Mediterranean dominated the fashion they did. Mika Rashford with 8 Ks on 112, that's an insanely efficient clip. Yeah, there's not much to say other than they were dominant. 24 tackles from Bobby Weirman is a great shift from the second rower. 17 for Murray and Slugger.
Liam Ryan's 376 metres is emblematic. He used to be able to walk around to a few different countries tonight. Showed us who was boss.
Yeah, it's an immense show from him. Not much to do in the way of defensive work from him either. Only 8 tackles to be made, and that only further reinforces, what happens when your fullbacks don't have to make too many tackles is they get freed up the middle, and we saw it all game. Liam Ryan absolutely cut them to ribbons there. Pache with a 15 to 144 knock, again immense. Yeah, just contributes all around the board. Even their, bench props, 32 metres from Hopsgood. When you match him up against Shack Attack, who had a 5-metre stint and then decided to call it a day, I think the difference is night and day, Snicker.
Hopsgood 3 tackles in 20 minutes shows the possession swing. 64 to 36% is, it hurts. And I think you might be able to catch me next week and to go bury myself, perhaps.
As that'll wrap up our coverage tonight for the Brethren v Mediterranean game. I've been John Boymayama, joined by Snicker Balbroa. Thank you for joining us again tonight, and we will catch you in the next game.